There was another shooting in Minneapolis last night. This was after 7 p.m., I guess local time. What happened was there was a Venezuelan illegal immigrant. I don't know if he was a gang member or not, but he was targeted by court order, which is something like a warrant, basically. So all this talk about, well, ICE doesn't have warrants, they have a court order. Functionally, it's the same thing. It's like having a warrant. So anyway, he was due to be arrested for being in the country illegally, like any other country. If you go to Mexico and you're there illegally, you'd be arrested. So something like that would apply here as well, wouldn't it? So anyway, this guy fled, and he crashed into a parked car. He got out and ran and attacked the officer with a snow shovel and a broom handle. So much so that the officer ended up having to go to the hospital after this. But he was then attacked by other members. It was like 3 other people he was attacked by. There were other officers that had to come to his rescue to extract him. The attackers were all arrested. The person fleeing, the illegal immigrant, also had to go to the hospital because he suffered injuries. So we have an incident, and of course the media predictably is going to promote this, saying that the ICE is quote-unquote Gestapo, which it's not. It's no different from any other customs enforcement that you see all around the world. What this is really about, this is about keeping the illegal immigrants here because that's their voter base. That's who the Democrats vote or bank on having vote for them. And it's also how they push their fraud, right? This is their money laundering. This is their slave labor. This is their cheap slave labor that the big corporations that donate to the Democratic Party exploit. This is how they do their fraud, further election fraud. It's not just the illegal, the immigrants voting. It's also how they get the illegal aliens voting, and also they replicate a bunch of votes of people that don't exist. So it's all about fraud. This is all about really undercutting the people that are already here. This is about undercutting the native-born American population. And of course, they're going to cite this. And there's a lot of rhetoric saying that ICE is not actual law enforcement, saying, well, they don't have warrants because apparently a lot of people don't know what a court order is. It's very dangerous. And really what it is it's inciting an insurrection. You saw what happened on January 6th. I was no fan of that. I denounced the actions of those people that were vandalizing public property. Nonetheless, what they're doing is actually many times worse. I mean, this is functionally what they're trying to do. They're trying to overthrow the country by inviting effectively a foreign force. And then they're using that to commit, a lot of fraud. Now, fraud is a type of violence. It's indirect violence. It's not like physical violence, but nonetheless, it's circumventing people's decision-making ability and taking their property. You think about how hard you have to work to gain something, and then all of that gets stolen from you because people don't want to work for a living. So anyway, I have a couple of articles here that I'll link in the description below. This is kind of like breaking news. I mean, like I said, it happened last night, but this is fresh enough that that I'll put the alert out there. But yeah, unfortunately, this is just going to be used to further incite more insurrection. They want to get people emotional because they want to do a CIA type of color revolution that they've done in other countries. They're doing this to try to overthrow Trump. I don't think it's going to work. I think the American people, by and large, support what's going on. You think about illegal immigrants competing for wages and competing for housing and other resources. I'm for appropriate legal immigration. You bring the right kind of people in. I'm all for free markets. But when something is done by fraud, when you got, masses of people coming into the country, many of which are gang members and terrorists, that's something completely different. And I think a lot of people don't support what Biden was doing, and they support what Trump is doing in this case. So I don't think it's going to work. This is it's unfortunate, and a lot of people are going to get hurt. But I don't think that the elite's plan in this case is going to work. But we'll have to wait and see.